back. You're now watching the lifestyle segment on the Weekend Show brought to you by HoloCrunch. So tomorrow is Jesus' birthday. And so that's symbolic and significant to and for Christians. One day in the year where we celebrate the birth of Christ, which has led to a lot of what Christians or people believe as Christianity, but it's significant because this was a time when God was came to us in human form and through His Son Jesus Christ. And so we'll be talking about Christmas, the significance, and I have with me two men of God in the house. And joining us
We have Emmanuel Joseph, who is the pastor of Living Faith Church Goshen. Welcome, sir.
Thank
We
you very
also
much.
have Reverend Jonah Ring Chang, who is the Shalom Baptist Church. Thank you for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you.
Pastor Joseph, and Merry Christmas to both of you. We on the Weekend Show felt it was extremely important at a time like this in Nigeria, where we're more divided than we've ever been, to use this opportunity to spread love, and which is one of the messages which Jesus Christ preached when he was on earth. Most of what he taught about was about love, love, love. However, before you even talk about love, you need to talk about passion. And Pastor Emmanuel Joseph has written this book called Strength of Passion. So before we go into the Christmas conversation, tell us about this book and why.
Okay, thank you very much. The strength of passion is all about Jesus Christ. It's all about God. God will stop at nothing to save His own, no matter whatever the situation is. He has come to show us love you're talking about, and no matter the difficulty you are in, for the love He has for you, because He has created you for a purpose, and He will stop at nothing in saving you. So that's the center of that book.
So most times Christians speak about faith, but you chose passion because for me, for you to have passion is because you should already have a level of faith, and the passion drives you to continue to hold on to. But what's the difference between faith and passion in the context of this book?
Well, if you know a thing, if you know a subject, you'll be obsessed with it. Now, faith is that you believe in God for something to happen, but passion is that you have known it, that it is suddenly going to happen. So, and if you know the passion of God, the passion of Jesus Christ for mankind, then you know that it is a decision already taken. Do you understand? Now, faith, Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. Even though you have not seen it, you believe that it's going to happen. But passion is that, okay, you know that this is actually going to be, no matter what.
Wow, that was really nice, sir. I mean, I was going to ask something about the passion and faith, but I think I've gotten an understanding of that. So now, still on your book and concerning you being the author, what exactly is the message you want your readers to get from this?
To know the love of God for you, to trust Him more, to know that He is your all in all. Without Him, you are nothing. And without Him, you can do nothing. And the life that you live is because He has lent you that life. So I want the readers of this book to understand that Jesus is the centerpiece of their lives.
Pastor Jonah, let's talk
Hallelujah.
about Christmas. What's the message to Christians this Christmas, and why is this one day so significant? We've got 365 days in the year. Why is December 25th so significant?
Well, thank you so much for that question, and thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome.
December 25th is very, very significant, not just only to us Christians. The whole entire earth is celebrating this day, December 25th. And of course, it's all about Christmas, just as we have said. But if you look at it critically, you will discover that it's not just even only the Christians that celebrate it. You have other religions who also join in celebrating. It may not really be like in the form to which us Christians are doing it, but in one way or the other, there is a form of celebration by everyone, because if you observe, since from this week or last week or this month, you will discover a whole lot of activities. I was with somebody who was sharing, he said, the kind of level of how people are traveling, you cannot just imagine it. So it's very, very significant to us as Christians because it's the birth of Jesus Christ. And it's not just only us Christians who are celebrating it in God, but I think the whole world entirely is also celebrating, whether Christians or non-Christians. We celebrate it in one way or the other.
I have a very interesting question. You know that we're on Christmas. I love Christmas
Obviously,
so
look at you
much.
looking
I
all
love the
Santa.
holiday. So now that we're here with with the both of you, and you're so experienced and you understand the messages behind what we're celebrating, I want to ask now, the Christmas tree and the celebration. Why do we decorate a Christmas tree? What does that signify for the holiday? Because now I'm thinking if I'm going to get a tree next year, I want to have reasons, sound reasons as to why we buy trees, we decorate the tree. What does that signify for Christmas, the Christmas tree?
Wow.
I know.
Anyway, I will allow my pastor to say something
What do you
about that.
think?
Well, Christmas is a season of joy.
Yes,
Christmas is a season of excitement.
it is, definitely.
And what makes you to be excited, what makes you to be joyful, are the things that you see, the things that you witness, the things that you know. And in order not to live in despair, you have to lighten your world.
Oh, that
have
sounds
to
so
lighten
perfect. That's what we
You know, you have to
decorate.
lighten your world
Yeah.
and
That's a
showing.
good perspective
I
to it, isn't
understand,
it?
exactly.
So if you see Christmas tree is most times decorated with lights, and it is to show the joy that the birth of Jesus Christ has brought.
Yes.
Because you can't
Wonderful.
celebrate what you don't appreciate.
Exactly. I love that response. Thank you. Yes.
So, Pastor Joseph, like I said in my introduction, Jesus preached a lot about love. And the church is somewhere where people are the doors are meant to be open to sinners. Everyone is meant to be able to come as they are. But in recent times, and as the church has developed, Jesus faced a lot of opposition from the church, from the teachers, the Sadducees and the Pharisees. In today's churches, people feel the fear of being judged within the house of God, which now keeps them out of the house of God. What do you have to say to this, and how can you encourage people who want to be able to come to the house of God without feeling guilt and shame and judgment?
In the book of Matthew, it said, his name shall be called Jesus, because he shall come to save his people. Now, if anybody is preaching, you have to come already repented person, that person might be getting it a little bit wrong, because Jesus came for all, both the sinner, both the so-called righteous, and the person who doesn't know him at all. So it should be an open thing, no one prejudging one another, because he came to save his people. If we are all righteous, he wouldn't have come to save, because the situation was bad. That is why he came to salvage it. And the salvation is meant for the person who, in quote, the what we regard as a sinner. So when someone comes to your church, you start castigating him, you are rather driving the person away, and he might end up in destruction. But let them come as they are. When they come, when you hear the word will be cleansing agent for you. It will prick your conscience, and then you will get to know your place and your right in God.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So do you have anything else to add on that?
Yes,
from
just
your
to add
perspective?
to what he has said. I don't think it's the ideal to actually want to criticize when you have people coming to church. That's the reason why Jesus came, to bring every kind and manner of persons to the church. So when they come, we in the church, we are to give them that atmosphere, that to give them that reason why they should see the reason to change. Not to give them reason why they should go back to the world. Since they have come, there is something that brought them. They didn't just come on their own. For the fact that they came, it shows that God has started doing something in their lives. So when they come, the church is to serve as midwives or doctors who will receive these ones, and then through the word and through teaching, they will be able to be transformed to be what God really wants them to be. So it is not the ideal to have somebody who come into the house of God. I want to begin to judge the person for whatever that it is.
Okay, so as we wrap up this segment on Christmas, we'll start with you and then come and round up with you. What's your message to Nigerians as we wrap up this year and enter a new year?
All right. My message to Nigerians: this is Christmas. We are celebrating Christmas, and it is a season of love. So my message will be: let love prevail. Let love be at the forefront. Let love be the major thing. So that will be my message to Nigerians, and then also let us also celebrate it rightly. Because there are people who, in trying to celebrate Christmas, they celebrate it outside what Christmas is to be. You have people doing all kinds of manner of things in the name of celebrating Christmas. So let us celebrate it rightly as we should celebrate it. And then in celebrating Christmas also, as Nigerians, let us not break the law. You have what the government or the law enforcement agents have, they are demanding from us because of the nature of the security issue and the rest. Let's celebrate it not breaking the law, but let's celebrate it protecting the law. So I think that's just what I will say.
And Pastor Joseph?
Yeah, Christmas is a season of hope, and it's a season of restoration. So you know how things are out there. A lot of people are complaining, but this is a season of restoration. To you that are in despair, that's restoration for you. And it's hope the Christmas brings that make it alive. So when you have hope that you will make it, you will surely make it. Because in your tongue lies the power to kill and to destroy. So whatever thing you proclaim is what will happen to you. So Jesus Christ brought restoration to us because he came to restore man to his original place of plenty, of happiness, of peace, and of splendor. So we should aggregate all these things and have faith that even though your today might not be bright, your tomorrow is great.
I think that's a
Hallelujah.
brilliant place to leave it. Thank you so much, pastors, for
Thank you
joining
so
us,
much.
and a Merry Christmas
Merry
to
Christmas
you.
to you both.
Aisha, what's happening for Christmas?
Well, just, you know, a little bit of traveling here, just taking it lightly, and of course, celebrations with the family. I'm going to divide my time this Christmas and give a few to family, a few to friends, and, you know, and a few to traveling. So.
Do you know any fun things happening in Abuja this week?
Yes, I mean, lights. Of course, we just spoke about lights, and
Yeah.
so much decorations happening around, well, I say, Wuse area. If you just go out, I don't know pronounce the place or give it out, but there are current places that have lights right now with beautiful ornaments, beautiful setups, and we can take pictures, of course, wear your Santa hats.
You know
and
what, I went, and this is free PR, but not PR, but I saw they have like a Christmas village at the Transcorp where
Yes,
people can go
yes.
take pictures, and I thought that was beautiful for
For
them
all
to
ages,
do.
though. People think the
For
lights
all
are for
ages, yeah?
young people or for children. No. Miss Sandy, you can go. I will be there today, definitely, at that venue
You know
just
what, I'm thinking of
mentioned.
going
Yes.
to that place to jump on the
Yes,
trampoline.
yes, you can do it. It's a time of joy. as
Chooks
our
the
pastor
General,
said.
our friend on the show, he has a show tomorrow also.
Yes, yes.
Chooks the General friend. You can check him out on Instagram. And so there are nice ways to spend Christmas.
Very.
However, there are also a lot of people who are poor and hungry. And while you celebrate, please make sure you do something nice for at least
Very
one
important.
person. Do have a Merry Christmas. We do have more for you on the weekend, so don't go
Yes.
away. We'll be back after this break.